This week, Zoom was clocking overtime as several grassroots groups took to the online service to organize and fundraise in support of Vice President Kamala Harris. That includes a group of white women who actually broke Zoom after nearly 200,000 of them joined the call in support of Harris's campaign. And joining me now is Shannon Watts, the founder of Moms Demand Action and the organizer of the White Women Answer the Call Zoom call. Shannon, I was so excited to have you on the show because, look, I dialed in for that Zoom call on Thursday. I was even doing it remotely from a plane, but I was so excited to hear the energy on that call. But I need to know, at last count, it was nearly 200,000 women that raised over $8.5 million in less than 90 minutes. But I think these numbers are still growing. So what are the latest on that call?
I woke up to an email this morning saying that we have now raised over $11 million from a 2-hour call, which is pretty astronomical. And I'm just so thrilled and grateful for everyone who has donated.
I mean, I have to pick up my jaw off the floor a little bit because I saw from, followers and people on social media, a lot of these people that gave the money from this call, these are some first-time donors, number one. But number two, a lot of them signed up for recurring contributions because they believe so much in this. And, I was looking at some of the stats, and I was looking at Pew Research, for example. It said that white women in the last 2 presidential elections supported Donald Trump over the Democratic nominee. And that number was like 47% to 45% in 2016. But then it grew to 53% in 2020. How much did that play into your decision to organize this call?
Well, for me, the way it started was I saw a woman named Joteka Edie having a call with Win with Black Women. I mean, just hours after Kamala Harris was clearly going to be the presumptive nominee. And 44,000 people, they raised nearly $1.5 million. And then the next day, Black men did the same thing. And when I woke up Tuesday morning, I thought, are white women going to do this too? We have a lot of political power and economic power that we can tap into. And so I just put a tweet out saying, who's in? And the response was just overwhelming. And, in 2 days, we were able to pull this huge call together. It was the largest Zoom call in history. We kept crashing because there were so many people on the platform. We had to go to other social media streaming services. In all, about 200,000 people, as you said, saw it. And so, look, I think what white women, the conversation we needed to have was less of a rally and more of a reckoning around the data that you just gave. And if you look even further back than the last 2 elections, the majority of white women have only voted for Democrats twice in the last, since the 1950s. And so we have a lot of work to do if we want to elect the first woman, the first Black woman, the first AAPI woman president. And that's what Thursday night's conversation was about.
Yeah, and I want to make sure that our viewers know it's not just white women, but it's Black men, Black women, South Asians, LGBTQ plus supporters that are doing these Zoom calls. What is the common cause here that's creating this amazing diversity of a coalition?
I just think there are so many people who are so excited about electing Kamala Harris president and want to get involved in their own way. And look, to be clear, we are coming together as a much larger coalition. In fact, on Monday night, Women for Harris is having a conference call, and our call sent so many new volunteers to them, they actually had to move the call by 1 day to get the technology that they needed to have all those callers on the line. And so I would hope that everyone will sign up for the Women for Harris call on Monday night, because we will get very specific marching orders about what to do next and over the next 100 days to make sure that Kamala Harris is president.
And that's going to you just stole my thunder a little bit, because I really wanted to ask you, how does this momentum stay between now and November?
Look, I think the energy is so overwhelming and so palpable and just proves how electable Kamala Harris is. And this is about organizing. And that's what you're seeing happen on these calls. It's just the first step to what we need to do to get out the vote. We need everyone to be making calls, to be knocking doors. Maybe you're going to spend some time in a swing state this summer so that you can get out the vote. We all need to do our part, and we can't afford to sit on the sidelines. As they say, democracy is something that we all need to get involved in. Otherwise, it won't thrive. It will fail. And the choice is so stark in November, right, between freedom and fascism. And so I would just ask everyone who's watching us today to figure out a piece of the work that they can take on, and then commit to doing it over the next 100 days. And if we all do that, we will win.
Shannon Watts, my friend, it's always so good to see you. And thank you for sharing not only the energy, but just kind of the sense of urgency that's really going to help carry this momentum through November. I always appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.